Hey guys, this is my final video blog of my personal development project that I did for my EPE class in my third year university. So I kind of want to reflect back on my previous videos and then talk about how this project has helped me develop a better understanding of my own well-being. Um, so when I started this project, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do with it because, like I said, the project was about developing. For me, it was about developing personal well-being in an aspect of my life that I was not maybe doing very well in. Some people might think that checking my blood sugars was an easy way out of doing a assignment like this, but it wasn't, because it was something that I was truly lacking in my well-being as a diabetic. And this was just a great way to really focus on where I was at and how I had to think about my future a lot too, because I really won't have one if I don't take care of myself. So through the last 10 weeks, I have been checking my blood sugars regularly, 4 times a day, and I've started to see dramatic improvement between my first weeks and my weeks now. So on top of recording my blood sugars every day, I was also recording my insulin, and I was recording my weekly averages, and I've created a graph to show how my weekly averages have gone from 13, which is really high for diabetic, especially long-term blood sugar levels, and it's gone down to a 6. So that's pretty amazing. I'm pretty excited about that. So my weekly average has gone from 13 to 6, which is to me a dramatic improvement. I've learned a lot about myself through this process and this project, and one thing I've learned is that I change my insulin level depending on, or my insulin intake depending on my fear of low blood sugar. So one problem that I've had through this experience is that my blood sugars in the morning are either too high or too low. And I think that that is because I can't find a good medium of what to take for insulin at night. And it's not only that, but I'm worried about dropping into low blood sugar in the middle of the night, because it's incredibly difficult to wake up and have to get up and eat and or drink a juice box and fix it. So that's one thing that I need to kind of get over and start experimenting with that a little bit more. And on top of that, uh, I need to talk about why I find this project was important to do. And I think the obvious reasons is because I knew that I wasn't in the right physical health for my age, and my blood sugars are obviously incredibly important to control, and to know what my blood sugars are. I'm sure anybody who is diabetic is thinking I'm insane that I haven't tested my blood sugars in a long time, but that's not, I think that it's more common than not. And so one thing that I will be able to do is empathize with students in my school that have diabetes, because I understand what they're going through, and I will understand when they need to take their blood sugars and when they need to be having a snack, and I will definitely understand the symptoms of high and low blood sugars, and I think that that is going to be beneficial to both me and the students when I become a teacher. I also think that it's important to know that I've done more research on the steps that you can take to implement plans in your school and in your classroom for students with diabetes. And I also recognize and acknowledge that these plans are there for all students that have some sort of need or issue or health concern in your classroom. I also know that this connects very strongly to my mental health as well. It's not just my physical, but it's my mental. And these two aspects of health are what can make or break you. So not having good physical health and not having a good mental health are not good, and they go hand in hand. I truly believe that physical exercise can dramatically increase your mental well-being. It creates more confidence and esteem, and it's overall very important. So some of the things that I've noticed from the beginning of my contract until now is that I've definitely got a increased energy. I noticed that I don't stress as much either, which is huge, because at the beginning of the year, right around the time I began this contract, I was just constantly stressed about everything and moody and just kind of unhappy. And so I've definitely noticed a big change in that aspect of my life as well. I've noticed, that I'm not as dehydrated or lethargic. I'm not as thirsty all the time, which is like obviously a symptom of high blood sugars or constant high blood sugars as well. And just little things that don't seem like they would make a difference, but they do in my life anyway. This has been one of my favorite projects to do, and I think it's because it's student centered. It's focused on me, and I'm still learning a lot about other aspects of this of the topic of diabetes as well. And it's almost kind of like an inquiry project where, I get to choose my focus, or, what problem do I want to solve, and then I get to choose how do I research this project and make it happen. It's kind of like, yeah, a personal inquiry project, so I just really enjoyed that as well. Um, I think that's all I have to say. I really appreciate people who have been watching my blog. It's been amazing. I have gotten quite a few views, a lot more than I thought I would. And I will maybe continue to blog, who knows. But yeah, thanks and have a good day.